Hi everybody, it's Kanisha the Creator here, and today, this is part 2 of me reading reviews. No, I'm not reading more High Garden and Spice. I think once is good enough. We already bashed it so many times. Let's give it a break, okay? We're in 2022. That was a 2021 problem. Let's end it, okay? So, I am going to be reading reviews of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody from IMDb. So, let's read the first review. It's from Little Songbird. Since I had to delete the review, since my review didn't save where I did 50 minutes, y'all didn't know this, but I kept finding this review person named Little Songbird, and they kept dissing and praising some of my favorite shows. So, here we go. One of the best shows on Disney Channel, and they gave it a 7 out of 10. Thank you, Little Songbird. I really enjoyed The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, as I'm pretty sure many people enjoyed The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I love Zack. I love Cody. Let me tell you, for some weird reason, let me name this so you see this. Zack, Cody, and Tia Tamera are the only twins in a TV show that I ever could tell the difference. Any other twins, I couldn't tell the difference. I was always like, y'all pretty much talk the same. Y'all pretty much act the same. How am I supposed to tell the difference between y'all? That's why I love any time when they use twin characters and one is a smart one and the other one acts like the cool one that always gets dates or something. Or in the case of Tia Tamera, it's one's the smart one and the other one is the one that really cares about her looks. Don't get me wrong, Tia starts caring about her looks too as she grows older, but at first she was just a smart one, and then it was just Tamera was the person who would always goof off and was always a bad influence. Kind of like how Zack was for Cody. So anyway, let's continue the review. And for me, that is saying a lot, seeing as I don't like Hannah Montana or Cory in the House. Okay, listen. I can understand Cory in the House, but how come you didn't like Hannah Montana? Oh, well, whatever. The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody is far from perfect. Well, yeah, no show is perfect. I will admit that. Sure, I do give stuff 10 out of 10, but only in my eyes sometimes can it be perfect. Would I give this a 10 out of 10? No, but I would give it an 8 out of 10. But I actually like it. I do enjoy London. I do agree London can be obnoxious, though Brenda Song does perform her well. Brenda Song was the best thing in Disney Channel, like seriously. Still is. She still is. I admire her commitment for still being in Disney. I admire her commitment. If y'all don't remember, she's in Amphibia. Ain't that a shame about Amphibia, though? Like, seriously, both Amphibia and Owl House just leave us on cliffhangers. I'm like, come on, man, where's the rest? I know it's gonna get canceled, but it can't be canceled yet. We literally didn't even get a resolution. And even though they said the show was, because even though they said both of those shows were gonna be canceled, they said they would at least try and give it a good ending. What ending was that? It's been on hiatus for who knows how long. It's been on hiatus so long that it's driving me crazy. Anyway. The laugh track is distracting and there are some predictable moments on the show. Okay, yeah, I will admit that. Back in early Disney, let me tell you, one thing that's really annoying is the freaking laugh track. I'm like, listen, I will laugh on my own time. Stop trying to tell me when I should laugh. But sometimes the laugh track does catch me on sync. Like, me and the laugh track are on the same level. Like, when I laugh, the laugh track is just right behind me, laughing in the background. So sometimes he does catch me at the wrong time, but then other times I'm just getting annoyed. Anyway, however, I love the concept and it works well. Apart from London, though she has her moments. She does. I remember I was watching this video where remember when London was taking her driving test and Mr. Mosby was like, "Are you aware of the shifting gear?" And she was like, "You mean the portal?" And he was like, "What?" The portal. Oh, she said, and she, "Oh, you mean Prndl?" And she was like, "Mosby, I'm not an idiot. I know how to spell it." And I was like, London, come on, man. London, what is going on with you? That's just hilarious. I'm sorry. That scene was hilarious, and I still replay it every now and then. I also really love that episode. Remember the episode Scary Movie where Zack and Cody sneak two girls into a scary movie where they were supposed to watch something cute, and Zack kept sleepwalking. That was hilarious. And I like when Cody kept messing with him. It was like zombie, and Zack was like, "Where?" And they started hiding. The more I think about it, the more hilarious it is. Let me read the rest of this while I'm having flashbacks to the show. If y'all haven't watched it, or if y'all hadn't watched it, rewatch it on Disney Plus. If y'all have Disney Plus. If y'all don't have Disney Plus, I'm sorry. Anyway, both Zack and Cody are very cute and endearing. I do agree, though they do have their bad moments. Don't get me wrong, I love Zack and Cody, but they do be having their bad moments as they are kids in the first few seasons. Anyway, and Maddie is surprisingly likable as well. Okay, what? I don't know why some people don't like Maddie, but they like London. Because London is way more annoying. I feel like the reason why they don't like Maddie is because sometimes London will actually try to be doing the right thing and Maddie will be making fun of her. And I will admit, Maddie does have her bad moments where she literally acts worse than London. And I'm just thinking, girl, at least London's trying while you being even more shallow than she is. Trying to pretend you rich. Sure, London may flaunt her money, but at least she knows what kind of person she is. Except those few episodes where she would see a cute guy and he was poor and she tried to pretend to be poor too. But I want to see one time in a Disney show, not like modern Disney show, but I wish I see one time in a Disney show back then that the one time this girl tries to pretend to be somebody else, the guy is still like, "Listen, you may be a nice girl and all, but I'm sorry, you still lied to me, so we can't date." But in Disney, it's always, "Nah, I don't care if you're rich. I still like you." And don't get me wrong, I do like that message, but it's like at the same time, they still have heard of London being an obnoxious snob, yet they were like, "No, you don't have to change anything about you. I still like you." No, I would have said, "Nah, you might have to work on your attitude a little bit." But anyway, I also think the writing is funny, and the storylines, while on the predictable side, are at least interesting, and the acting is not too bad. Maybe so start with, but it improved, I think. Dylan and Cole Sprouse are great and very natural on the leads. I agree. While Ashley Tisdale interacts with them well too. And Phil Lewis constantly makes me laugh. Let me tell you, Phil Lewis, whenever I saw him in a Disney show, this guy nailed the role. But the role I loved him in the most is as Mr. Mosby. Anytime. I remember my favorite scene. Not on the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, but on the Sweet Life of Deck. His interaction with London in the first episode, and like his reactions with Zach and Cody, and like how he jumped. He jumped off the freaking boat saying, "No!" When Zach and Cody said they were going to Seven Seas High. I was like, did Mosby really just jump off the boat? And also, they freaking said, and like, the person who, Karen freaking said, he took that better than I expected. I was like, he just jumped off the boat. What did you expect him to do? That just made me go, Disney, I think you're going a little too dark. Anyway, the episodes do move briskly, and I've never been bored. Same. I was never bored when I watched this show, so yeah. Overall, it's good, flawed, but it is funny, and I think the leads are likable. 7 out of 10. I appreciate you giving us 7 out of 10. Next review. This person gave it a 6 out of 10. It's a sweet life. Very funny. To be all of about 12 and living the life of luxury in a permanent suite at a 5-star hotel. That premise of Sweet Life of Zack and Cody star real-life identical twins Cole and Dylan Sprouse. They play Zack and Cody Martin, whose mother divorced from their dad, is the hotel lounge singer and is played by Kim Rhodes. I don't know why they just decided to explain everything, but here it is. Of course, the twins get into usual trouble of kids in Disney comedies or sitcoms. Their nemesis, and he considers them his nemesis, is hotel manager Phil Lewis. I have to say that Lewis has a real gift for comedy. His reactions to the situations are good, almost Jack Benny-like. I don't know who that is, so unfortunately, I can't say I agree, but he is funny. Like, I'm saying I can't agree with it gives a Jack Benny kind of like to it, because I don't know who that is, and I'm sorry for the people who might put in the comments below. You don't know who that is? I'm sorry. But anyway, the twins' dad has popped up in a few episodes. They got divorced because she was tired of life on the road, especially raising 2 kids, and liked this steady gig at the hotel Tipton. The hotel maintenance man, played by Robert, I'm sorry if I butcher this name, Stepanik, is crushing out her big time. It's a part of the storyline. I'm crazy about his character, Arwen. And let me tell you, I agree. Arwen was hilarious. That guy is hilarious. Every scene, he is hilarious. He is so funny. Like, I love this guy. Except when he gets all creepy about being in love with Kara. But any other scene, this guy is hilarious. This guy cracks me up so hard. Like, he cracks me up. He cracks me up. Anyway, Arwen is a geeky sort who no in real life Rhodes would brush off in a Boston minute. I hope they pair Arwen with somebody, especially if and when the show completes its run. You know, Mom and Dad will get back together. Ooh, this person must have watched this early, because unfortunately Arwen doesn't end up with anybody. Which I found very sad. Because they keep always making jokes about him living with his mother. But at least even characters who I know, they always play the joke of they live with their mother. They still be able to get on a date. Like, they still be able to find dates. Granted, some of those people are younger than Arwen is. But still, at least they still were able to find dates. Even though they were still living in the basement of their mother's place. So, yeah, I feel sad about that. 2 secondary characters are millionaire teen Brenda Song, whose daddy owns the hotel and others in the chain, and she lives there. She's friendly rivals with Ashley Tisdale, who's a working class kid from Boston and who runs the concession stand after school. They are a bitch match pair indeed. But they are hilarious though. And I also like, guys, remember that episode where ironically, so y'all know that Ashley Tisdale plays Sharpay in High School Musical. So they ironically had an episode where they were gonna cast High School Musical characters, and they were saying that ironically her character, like Maddie's character, who is also played by Ashley Tisdale, isn't good enough to play Sharpay. And I'm like, that is so meta humor though. Like, that is so much meta humor that it's too good for me. It's too good. It's too good. It's too good. Bravo. Bravo, team, for putting in that meta humor in there. That was hilarious, though. Anyway. Light years from her character, Maddie Fitzpatrick, and Brenda Song's character, London, is a reincarnation of Mari Wilson. I don't know who that is. She's got more air in her head than a NASA pressure member. Back in the day, Rudy Valley had a hit song, Kitty, from Kansas City, which would have been London's theme. No, sweetie, she already has a theme. It's called Yay Me! Trust me, she already has her own thing. It's Yay Me! So trust me, she don't need her own theme like that. Now anyway, I really love this person's review, and I'm done. Here's one of the bad reviews. Number 6. One of my mortal enemies. We meet again. And you better give me a garbage review. So look at this. Verdict is sour moment watching Zach and Cody. This guy puts 2 C's in Cody. I don't want to make fun of your IQ, my man. Or girl. But Cody is spelled with 1 C. And how you gonna give Zach a capital letter, but you're not gonna give Cody a capital letter? This person is making me crazy. It was okay. It came after or during the era That's So Raven. Well, I feel like it was kind of in between, because I remember they had many crossovers with That's So Raven. And let me tell you, the one episode where there was a crossover of That's So Raven, it was hilarious. Especially when they saw, like, Raven have a vision, and then they were like, Raven, how come you made like this? Like you were staring into space one moment, and then you went, and then she was like, I've never made that face in my life. And I thought that was so funny. They also have had a crossover with Hannah Montana. Twice. They had it in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and on Sweet Life on Deck. That was hilarious, though. Anyway, I either watched it as it was ending or watched it as it started. Either was, both times didn't interest me. I'm sorry you feel that way by number 6, because I know many people who enjoyed it. Plus, they only have one so-called black guy. Why you say it's so-called? He is black. Do you mean his character doesn't act like that? I don't mean to tell you this, but you do realize we are regular people, right? Unless you are black too, then I'm sorry if I put you under the stereotype of just assuming how black characters act. But there is a black character in there, and they do give him good storylines. So screw you. They obviously didn't want me to sit and enjoy the show. No, you obviously didn't want yourself to sit and enjoy the show. Because by the way you're putting the synopsis, you didn't even mention the twins. You didn't mention if the acting was good. You didn't even mention if you laughed anywhere. You didn't mention none of that stuff. At least the other people gave a good review of why they liked the show or hated the show. You gave a barely poor excuse for a review. Like, that just proves you didn't pay attention. Bravo for less effort. You put in so less effort, I gotta give you a gold star for just being pathetic. And you know what's more pathetic? Is this review came out in June 29, 2020. That's sad. 2 years have passed. You better have gotten better at giving out reviews, because I would never give out a garbage review like this. That's just pathetic. I gotta give you a round of applause for giving me the most pathetic review I've ever heard. Bravo! Bravo! That review was so pathetic, I think even dolphins are laughing at you. Sorry, numbers is 6. You get a 0 for me. Your number is 0, not 6. 0. Bye. Anyway, guys, that's enough of me reading the reviews of Suite Life of Zack and Cody. This video wasn't supposed to go over 30 minutes, but I just love too many things about the Suite Life of Zack and Cody, so yeah. Bye.